my book discussion and book sale. You can catch these books on sale on my Pango bookstore. Not www. It's https semicolon backslash Pango Pango books.com/bookstore/Eunice EUNICE 261247. And you can also catch some of these books on my eBay store, www.ebay.com/str/Shawzae, SHAWZAE, books and home decor. Okay, find more stuff on the eBay store. Lots of great stuff. Lots of great stuff. Okay, so um, do have quite a few good books here. I am almost finished reading the book that I started on. Almost finished with that. So I got some great books that I recently thrift, and I'm going to show you those books first. Okay. Now these, and I'm sorry that I did not get those 14 books. I did get 4 of these. I should have gotten them. Yeah. Any other book seller probably would have gotten them. I just don't know why I didn't. But because I was by myself, I didn't want to probably have to drag all these books home along with all the other stuff. And I'm pretty sure if I go back, if they do have them, I will, get some of these books and add more to them and so forth. But this is a series. This is Discovering Antiques and so far. And antiques date back hundreds of years. Vintage is 20 to 30 years and so forth and things like that. And there are so many antiques and vintage items out there, and we are all, as resellers, praying that we get a lucky piece of something that is going to bring us a whop. And a whop means a lot of money, okay? And you actually can do that if you get lucky enough to find a vintage piece that's going to bring you a lot of money. Okay, these books here or actually allow you things to look for when you're out thrifting in antique stores and in the Goodwills and things like that. The Goodwill sells pretty much everything modern, antique, vintage, and yada yada. But you can always get lucky in the Goodwill store and find at least a expensive piece and so forth. I did find a book several weeks ago for $350. That book did not come from the Goodwill store. It came from a library sale. But still, it's just, lucky, blessed that you can find one, I should say, for that price of money. And it did sell, so that was good, $350 full price. And, of course, with all the fees, you don't get all the money, okay? But as you can see, even on the back and so far, you can see all these antique items and so forth. And one of the good things about this book, so I will be reading this book, looking over this book before it actually goes out the door, because one of the things this book can help you to do is with learning different antiques, vintage items, and things like that to sell and everything. So that's one of the good things about these books. And like I said, I will be going through these books and so forth myself before they're out the door. I don't look for them to be out the door like that, but I do look for the quick, a reasonable time frame sale on these particular books, because there's a lot of antique dealers, collectors, and all that stuff, and everything. And I'm pretty sure that if somebody else goes out there and find those other books that were left behind, they're gonna want they're gonna want 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe, and so forth. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed on that note and so forth. But yeah, very important books here, especially if you're a reseller, learning, what is antique and stuff like that, and just running across something that might be antique that's going to give you a big profit. Okay, Harley barking. Paul doesn't care. Okay, this is such a cute little cookbook recipe book right here, and I especially love this because it is in the box. And so far, you got three. Hold a second. Shut that noise up, Harley. Okay, just told Harley shut that noise up. Now you hear the door whining. Okay. Here is your little classic books. Here we have home appetizer for home cooking. We have main dish, home cooking, and then we have home desserts, home cooking. And what I really like about this, as well as the appearance of this cute little box and place to keep your books and stuff in, you have this here organizer as well for your recipes and things like that. So this is really a nice little set right here, and I was definitely glad to pick this up. And this don't bring a ton of money. I think it's about $30. Yeah, $30 on the website, and comps and so forth, about $24 to $30. But it's definitely worth that and so forth in this cute little box package here. Okay. Alrighty. This is Six of Crows, another one of my recent books and so forth. And this is a young juvenile book for readers and everything. And this is a fantasy book and so forth. And catch this here. I love this. This is like so like what? And so forth. And this book really actually looks creepy, which I think, you know, a lot of young juvenile that reads about vampires or fantasies or whatever the thing of it is. It seems to be a pretty good book because it is getting a lot of attention. This book is getting a lot of attention. Okay. Yeah. This book here, Steam Job for Jobs and so forth. I actually, when I purchased this book, thought this was like children's book, but no, this is an actual book for adults who is actually looking for like tech jobs and things like that, designers, arts, and things like that. And it gives you the whole spiel on that and so forth. That's why it says Stream Jobs for Game. It's for gamers and so forth. And it's a very good book, and there's no damage to it at all. The only thing is you got the little date written there, and all that. But that's the only writing that is actually in this book, and so forth. Okay. Now, if you like me, and you like spy movies, CIA, military, mysteries, and things like that, and blah blah blah. But if you are a reader, you probably can read this book, which I can't because they're so thick. Now I have read Tom Clancy book a while back, but it just takes time. It takes a lot of time for me because I am a slow reader. But these are two great books here for Tom Clancy. They are locked together. And whoever decides to get these books here is going to be getting a great bargain and so far with these books. Tom Clancy is a great writer and everything, and all his books are pretty thick. So he is a great writer of these skills. Against All Enemies is this one here. And look how thick that is. And then here, Into the Storm, A Study in Command. Great books by Tom Clancy, and you can definitely rest assured it's going to have something to do with CIA, MI5, MI6, some of those names and things like that, because usually his books are, you know, all about that kind of stuff. So yeah, I love Tom Clancy. I am a fan of his movies. I will watch these movies all day and so forth. I will watch them all day. But I will not read this book. It takes me like a month to read that book. I don't know about you guys, but I am a slow reader. Okay. Now we do have some other lots of books and so forth. We do have John Hart, which is I'm getting familiar with and so far. He is a great writer too of thriller and suspense and so far. And we have locked these couple books up. Now, when we lock books up and so far, it gives you a great value. It gives you more value for the buck as they say and so forth, because you're getting like a couple books for maybe like a price of one. So basically, you're probably getting the second book either half price or free and everything. And that's how we lock these books up to sell. Even though, say for instance, if this book is like $10 and so far and everything, and I say, well, hey, this book here could be for like $30 and so forth, because not all books are equal and so forth, and some books comps are higher than other. But if you can still put the books together, you can still do that, or should still do that and so forth. So let's just say this book is for the comp saying $30 and the comps on here is 10. Okay, so what you would do is you would lock both of these books together, and for maybe about $30 for the two and so far. So if you lock these two books together for two, and you're saving the person $10, and you're actually getting this book here, the $10 book free. So, or the $10 book free. And that's one of the great things about locking books up and so far, because it helps the seller to go ahead and sell the books, and it helps the buyer who is going to get a great value and a great discount on the books and so forth. And that's the discussion with that. Same thing about Kim Harrison. We loaded these two books up. We're getting a lot of interest in these two books here. Now, she is some kind of fantasy writer, young juvenile. These are her young juvenile books, fantasy books, and so forth. Something just like the Six of Crow, this type of book, and so forth. And these type of books here gets a lot of attention and so forth, because it's a lot of young juvenile readers, and they do have a tendency to like these type of books. And again, these two books here of Kim Harrison is getting quite a bit of attention on my website. So if you want these books, go ahead and grab them. And the same thing about Sister Crow, it is also getting a lot of attention. So if you want that book, go ahead and grab it. Okay. We do have Lisa Jackson, which we actually got blessed to get 3 of her books to lock together. And so far, so you're going to be getting deep discounts on her books and so far. Again, all the costs of all these books, and when you do them individually, it's going to be different. So when you lock them together, you're going to give your buyer great discounts and things like that. So it's going to be, really something special for them, especially if they are a fan of Lisa Jackson and her type of writing. And you have Absolute Fear, Liar, Liar, and Expecting to Die. That was really interesting to me. I think that's what made me pick up all 3 of these books, that title, Expecting to Die. I'm a mystery writer. I've said this 100 times and so far. I am not a mystery writer, a mystery lover. I read, that's my thing, mystery books and so far. And somebody always has to die to solve the problem, to solve the issue, to find out who it is. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So yeah, so when it's saying Expecting to Die, then hey, I'm interested in it, seeing who it is, how they dying, why they dying, what happened, and all that. I like to read and find out about the five. That's when, where, what, why, and how. That's what I like to do in these books, okay? So one other book I'm going to show you, and that is Harry Potter. I get to see him a lot on television nowadays and so forth. And I actually seen the movie again, the Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix and so forth. But as they say, reading the book is actually better than watching it. Once you read the book and so forth and get all in it and so forth and envision all the details and all the movements and so forth of the book and so forth, and then you watch the movie, it's usually better because after you've already envisioned all this stuff, then you can actually see it on television and everything. And that's the same thing that's happening with Harry Potter and the Phoenix and the Order of the Phoenix and so forth and everything. So thank you for joining me today on our Sunday book sale. And so far, go out and get you one of these books and so forth and enjoy yourself. Get you some tea, sit back and read one of these books and so far. And don't forget, we got so many more books: academic book, religious book, children's book, cookbooks, any category pretty much that you're looking for, we do have. And we also do have some of those booms moons, as the Back from Burnout says and so forth. We don't have a whole lot of that and so forth, but we do have some. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.